So the first stage of the project is ready at the moment. Now we will give the car to the Karol and Ola, to the customers, so they can travel with it for the next 1 month and tell us what else they would need inside. There are some future developments which will take place in the vehicle, which we were talking about 2 weeks ago. But as we discussed, this is the car that they will live full time life in it. So there is still a lot of adjustments that have to be made. But as I can say it, like the development stage is ready, the van is ready to go in its core basic version, and now we can just upfit it with new ideas. So I invite you for the tour around this van. So the basic van is Renault Master 4x4 Oberaigner, which I've bought actually for myself. But Karol and Ola are my friends, first of all, and second of all, they've inspired so many people in Poland to travel in vans, and so many people are like inspired to build vans because of them, that I've decided that I will sell them my own private car which I wanted to build, and this is why we have a Renault Master here. The price for the van was very good, and the new Renault Master costed the same as 10-year-old used Sprinter. So the decision was that we will go with the brand new chassis. The engine is 2.3, a 6-speed manual gearbox, 4x4, low range, 2 diff locks. Well, we've talked about Renault Masters a lot of stuff, so we will not take this conversation about the van longer. Let's go to the most important parts of the build. So the first thing that was made in the van was covering with Raptor liner. It was a completely disassembled car, and it was covered with epoxy primer and the full color code change. So this means that if you open anywhere doors or panels, everywhere you have the new color, and it's not just an outside job. So the whole car was completely disassembled to do that. The second thing what we did, it was installing the Yokohama Geolander GO15 all-terrain tires. We've chosen these ones because this van will travel much more on the asphalt. So these are very comfortable tires, and in any kind of off-road they will perform just good. So the colors of this van come from actually the very specific color code of the owners. They are very known Polish YouTubers, and these are the colors that they've been traveling with since I think over 10 years or even 15 years or something like that. So all of their previous vans had this color code, and this is why the next vehicle has also, this is their trademark, and this is how it goes. It was a very difficult job to connect all of the Raptor paintings, all of the colors. It was a very difficult job to do all of the palms, all of the details, but we've managed it. Before the painting, obviously, we've installed the flare, which is custom made for this vehicle. So you can actually buy these flares for all of the Renault Masters at our shop. And the second thing we did was installing all of the LED lights, and obviously the elevating roof, which has a new structure, and I will talk about it a little bit later. So what we have here is also the ARB Tread Pro boards, which will help in any type of light off-road conditions. The car is 3 tons plus minus 3 tons of its own weight, and we don't want to exceed 3.5 ton payload. So we didn't install a winch, which takes about 60 more kilograms, and we try to limit the weight of this vehicle as much as possible. If the winch will be anytime ever necessary, we will add it. So the van is equipped also with our spare wheel carrier and a spare wheel tire, which is also covered in a trash/cargo bag. In this bag you have an outside grill, and you have also a storage space for your trash when you are sometimes like 3 days off grid and you just don't want to keep your dirty things inside. You can store them here and then remove them in the civilization. So let's go to the other side of the van. So what we have in the exterior, on this side of the van, we have the Strands LED bar, we have dometic awning with a light, we have a ladder for the future roof rack. At the moment the roof rack is not yet installed there, and also the van will be lifted extra 2-inch. At the moment it is not lifted because the components which are necessary for that were not delivered on time by the company which makes it. So we have a really big garage which can handle bicycles and some other stuff. I think they will even have a kayak in this van. We have Vandermoon organizers which fit all of your little stuff, but also the bigger stuff, the axe, the 230 volt cable, the shower hose for the outside shower, the awning stick. There is a lot of space which can be used in this area. So what we have here is our brand new idea for electricity in the van. So the whole right panel is a electro block slash gas storage for the gas bottle, and the LPG is possible to fill from the outside. And what I'm really proud about and really happy about is that we took some things on another level, and this is it here. This is our electro block, which I call it. This is a specially designed unit which holds up to three batteries. In this van we have two 200 amp lithium batteries, and it holds all of the radar units, the TVMS, the Manager 30, the fuse box and the BCDC. And what in this whole setup what we have is that we have an extra solar blanket inlet, so we can actually add 500 watts of extra solar blanket power and stick it here, and then the van is charged with total of 845 watts of solar. I am very happy about what happened here. It's kind of a German Ordnungsdesign type of build where everything has its place, everything is perfectly adjusted, and this is what was missing in our previous builds. And the previous builds were never bad builds, but now we have like a really world-class standard. So on this side of the vehicle we have our whole water supply. So we have 125 liters of water, of the fresh water. We have 15-liter Webasto boiler, which heats up with the engine, or 230 volts. We have built in all of the pumps and other stuff. Also what we have all of the valves that are necessary to drop down all of the water. We have some revision boxes so we can take a look what's happening there with the tank. And also there's a special valve which opens the secondary tank, the summer tank as I call it. And the summer tank under the vehicle has another 125 liters of fresh water. So the whole vehicle has actually 250 liters of fresh water and 70 liters of wastewater. So the outside of the van is pretty much classic. We've used ideas which we are using for all of our vans. What is very specific is just the color code of the van. And there is not much to talk about in the outside, but what is the most important about this van is the interior. The brand new, completely redesigned interior from every single piece. All of the units, all of the kitchens, all of the cabinets, they were completely redesigned and built in-house. So let's go to the interior. First thing first is the fridge, which is very important for every full-time van lifer to be very big. So we've installed a very high dometic fridge, which has a very cool option. It can be opened from the outside and from the inside in one unit. So let's start with the lounge area, which is the most important place of any camper van. We have reupholstered in Sunbrella fabric seats. We have Sunbrella fabric everywhere generally. 4-season insulation, so the car will be always ready to go, even in the harshest winters and the hottest summers. We have custom designed overhead cabinet here, which has locks on the locks. And this is because Karol and Ola, they have a lot of photographing equipment, video equipment, laptops, all of that stuff. They are living full-time van life and vlogging. So what we came up with is a specially designed cupboard which has ventilation holes, and also it has 2 radiators which will allow to fully circulate the air inside, which will allow all of the electronic devices to have the cooling. And this is very nicely made because you just open that stuff and just open the doors, and here you turn on all of the power, and here you turn on all of the ventilators. Also, this can be turned on from Redarc and from the app. So the new feature which we have is this sliding table. Usually in all of the camper vans these tables were a little bit too small, even though that's quite a big one, but in here you can extend it, and it is a custom work. This is our in-house work. First of all, you have a setup for cup holders, then you have a second setup. You block it, so if the table is open you will not have any failure when you are driving, and also you can just open it like that, so you have a really big table when any party comes. When there is any party around and people are coming in, there's space for everyone, comfortable space to eat, to have a drink, or just to work. So what we have in the van is also the whole bear lock security system, which are special locks for the doors, for all of the doors. We have GPS monitoring and all of this kind of a fancy equipment. Also we have movement sensors, so if the alarm from the car would not turn on in any case when somebody would try to get in it, the movement sensors will turn on. They will send the information to the app that somebody is touching the van. Also we have sleeping gas sensors, so if anyone would like to, you know, just through the doors or something, they would like to put a pipe with a gas to make you asleep and then rob your car and rob your van, this will inform you about the situation. So what is the most important part is that all of the furnitures are 40% lighter than they were before. First thing first, we took care that the whole process of the build is made in-house. Before, we've been using some subcontractors to make all of that furniture. At the moment we design, test and produce everything by ourselves. So this led us from 2019, when we started with this project of the aluminum cabinets, this led us to the place in which we are now. And the cabinets are perfectly designed. We've eliminated all of the sharp edges, all of the screws and stuff that were, by many people said that they didn't like the screws, which you could see at our furniture. So now everything is sleek and beautiful. 40% lighter and much more robust and stable than before. So the custom request of this build was that our customers wanted a full-time oven, and yes, this is what you can hear. We have a Dometic 2-burner cooktop with a oven. You can make some of your best favorite foods in it. It is operated by gas through the gas bank bottle, which is refillable from outside, as I said before. We have all of the air vents here. So when this cooker is getting very hot, first of all the ventilation system allows it to go in this way, then it allows it to go through the holes in the outside, and the whole thing around is covered in a mat. It's a special insulating mat which will handle 1200 degrees open fire, and it will not let it through. So there we have a really big countertop which has a lot of flexible elements like this one. And also we have a really big sink which has a possibility to use it with drinking water. So what we have here in this car, we have a filtration system, and it allows you to actually use the water in the tanks to drink. You press that button and you can fill the cup with fresh water. You can use this water to cook your tea or pasta or something like that. So what we have here, we have a specially designed drawers, sliding drawers. This is a drawers for bottles. So usual size 1.5 liter bottles which have mineral water in it or Coke or something, you can just put in here. The wine, everything fits in this one. Then you have what I call a tea and coffee drawer, in which we have AeroPress and all of the teas and coffees that the owners would like to use. Then we have a drawer for kitchen utensils. Everywhere we have cutted places for all of the stuff, so it will not rattle and it will not make any noise. And here we have a free storage drawer which they can use for their other stuff. The cool thing about this whole unit is that every of the drawers, of the bigger drawers actually, is about 2 kilograms, and the whole kitchen with the countertop, with all of that stuff, without the cooker and without the fridge, it weighs 20 kilograms, and that's really super good result, because so robust units, so many sliders, so many drawers usually would weigh much more. So it is a really perfect result what we have, that such a strong and robust kitchen weighs so less. Usually kitchens weigh much more. So the very important thing is that we have used a stone veneer for our backsplash here, and it is very important that this is our whole control panel. So we have the control for Webasto, we have the controller for our 3 kilowatt pure sine wave whisper power inverter, we have USB ports, classic 12 volt ports, 230 volt ports, and we have the whole managing system from Redarc, and this is the top of the line from Redarc products, because this is Manager 30 combined with total vehicle management system and rear vision display. What we have here, we have controls for the whole van, so we can control every unit in the van from the panel. We can control it from the app. So for example, we are sitting outside and we want to switch off the lights for our children, so we just switch it off. We have all of the stages of the car in a separate control. What is very important, we have the monitoring for our tanks. We have 3 tanks in this van. So we have the main tank, the secondary tank of fresh water, the dirty water tank as well. It can be controlled. It shows us the battery stage. It shows us how long will our battery last in the certain amount of used power. Also, it is showing us if we have solar power, if we have alternator power, whatever we need. We have Celsius grade for our boiler, so we know how much temperature has our hot water, how much temperature is in our van. That's a really smart system which we love to use. So the van is equipped with Manager 30, which allows us to give 30 amps of charge from alternator from the solar. On top of the elevating roof we have 345 watt of fixed installed solar panels. Also, it gives us possibility to charge the van with 230 volts with 30 amps. But this system is kicked up with BCDC, and that allows us to bring 70 amp hours of charge for our 400 amp lithium ion batteries, and it allows us to connect the roof solars with external solars. So we can plug in the back, we can plug in a solar blanket with extra 500 watts, and we will have in total 845 watts of charge. That is really strong charge. We've also upgraded the alternator for that. So let's go to the shower, which is also completely redesigned. And first of all, we have a sealed doors. So whenever you are taking a shower, the water will not go outside. Second option is a really big mirror. That's for the ladies. They've asked us for mirrors for a long time, so I came up with an idea that we will make the whole door a mirror. Another thing is that working with bamboo, because all of these panels are real original bamboo, So working with it is very hard. It is usually bending a lot. In different humidities it is bending. So what we've made a special holder here, which allows it to not bend. And second of all, it has a handle here, and it allows you to lock this Adam hole lock, which are very difficult to open from this side. And we had a lot of problems with doing something here. So what we came up with a system with our own lock that allows you to open the Adam hole from the inside. The whole shower cabin is completely redesigned. It is a 50% lighter than before. First of all, it has all of your necessities, like the holders for shower gel and for toilet paper. There is a special holder, there is a special holder for toothpaste and the paste. And there is a little sink in the corner. And what you see here is a cool design. Let's say you see all of the circles. These circles are here not because of the design, they are here from the technological purpose. The shower sheets are so thin that we had to reinforce them with punching technology, which allows it to be like very firm. And another feature is that we have 3-point water outlets. So whenever you stand like that with a van, your water will always come out from the pan and you will no longer stand in the water. We have a separate composting toilet which has its own radiator. So all of this composting toilets need some ventilation. So first of all, the toilet has its own separate ventilator, and second of all, we have a side ventilator. And usually because of the elevating roofs, we had no possibility to put any ventilators, and if you would put on the side just a regular one, you will always get water. So we've designed this ventilation system by ourselves, and now we have our own outlet on the other side of the van, which I can show you later. So you have hot and cold water tap. You use the same shower hose for your sink, and that's it. It's pretty spacious also, as you can see. And usually because of the size of the Renault, you always do all of your showering stuff sitting on the toilet. You have a lot of hangers here. Pretty much you can hang things here. And also very important is that it is heated with Webasto. So in the winter time, if you have wet clothes from your snowboarding or something like that, or from a heavy rain, you can switch on your Webasto and you can dry all of your clothes. As always in our elevating rooftop tents, we have 230 volt ports, 12 volt ports, USB chargers, a little light for reading. We have a bigger LED bar. We have all of our tents are heated with Webasto, so we have our Webasto outlet. And what is a new feature is the new fabric which is around. And this is our luxury version of the tent. We have 3 versions, which is standard, which is the old type of Cordura fabric. Then we have a premium version, which is equipped with extra insulation for winter. And then we have the luxury version, which is here and with this product developed and produced together with Hangamo. And that is a super extraordinary fabric with super extra precise work. Double wall, which is one is a tropic and the second one is an actual wall from the tent. All of the windows are possible to close and open. Every part has mosquito net and every part has like a PVC windows which will protect you from the elements. So the features of the new tent are like this. First of all, you can just lock the whole surface and close the whole window. Second option, you can obviously close the window in here as well. You can open the mosquito screen. So in the summer you have the whole breathing of the tent. Or in a beautiful but very cold winter day, you can have a PVC window. That goes for all three windows of the tent. But what is a very, very important thing is the new fabric that we use for this project. And it is a 50% polyester and 50% cotton, which is fully breathable, but also fully water resistant. So you can just look at that. There is no possibility to water to penetrate the fabric, and still the fabric is breathing. So that's a very, very important topic. That's a very important thing in this new project. Also, what is very important is the double wall. So first of all, you have the first shell of the tent, and then you have the tropic tent. So in case of very cold winter nights, first of all, you can extra insulate it, because we have extra insulation for that. But also in some stages you will not need the extra insulation, because the air will make some kind of isolation. So we are in the bedroom area, which has a special 15 centimeter mattress made by our friend at Fabryka Materacy. And usually in all of these vans, the mattress is separated and you can just fold it in on this side and lift the bed. So here we have the lifting bed system, but the owners decided that they will not use it that much. They will not use it that much. They will have the bed in the position like this always. So this is their drawer for their clothes and stuff like that. So we have the moon box here. We have a dimmable light in the side pod. We have 230 volts, 12 volt ports, so you can put your phone here in the night and charge it without any stress. We have 230 volts here, we have 230 volts there, 12 volt ports, they're just everywhere. So if you want to watch a movie, for example, on your laptop, you just plug yourself in here or anywhere you want, and you have a lot of power. We have max air fan with a shade, so anytime in the morning the light will not distract you. Obviously max fan is the best, so we just use this one, and that's pretty much it about the whole bedroom. So I could talk about this van really a lot, because the amount of changes and new ideas in it are very big, but I invite you to the channel of Karol and Ola, which is Busem przez Świat, Bus Around the World, on their YouTube, and then there you will see the bus in action, because actually they live from van lifing, they live from their content, so it will be the best if you take a look at their channel. And at the moment we finished this tour. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe our channel for more of this content, and like it and share it and comment it. We will try to respond for all of the comments. And pretty much that's it for today. I'm really happy and stoked that we could build this vehicle for these people, because they've inspired the whole Polish industry of van traveling, and we are super pleased that we are chosen to do this project. See you next time, Chris Adventure Van. Cheers!